I think feedback is a fascinating subject. Rationally, we know feedback's a good thing. You know, if we want to improve, then getting feedback is going to help us. If we want to understand people's perspectives on the things that we've done, it's going to be really valuable to us. So it should be a great thing. And yet, just the very words
Do you mind if I give you some feedback?
kind of send shivers down people's spines. You know, and there's lots of reasons for that, but emotionally, we're very rarely tuned in for feedback. We just want praise, really. So feedback's really interesting, and I think a lot of feedback programs focus on the structure of the conversations that you might need to have with people in terms of giving feedback. But if feedback is a difficult thing to receive, it's also a difficult thing to give. And so I think we have to first of all be grounded in our right to be giving people feedback. So we have to feel that we have the right to have that conversation. But we also have to really feel that it's the right conversation to be having. Because if it so often lives in this kind of emotional space, then we have to get our emotions right in order to be able to give it properly. And one of the problems with just getting the words right is if you script it. I mean, if you imagine that your boss suddenly starts using unusually formal language with you, then you will immediately go, hang about, there's something wrong here. You know, there is something they're about to tell me which is not pleasant. And it could put your defense mechanism up. It could spark your defense mechanism. And if you've got the defenses up, it's going to be very difficult for that person to receive the feedback that you're about to give. So a lot of the program is, in fact, almost the first half of the program is about getting people to explore what the outcome is that they want from giving this piece of feedback. So if you take an example, like you're having to give feedback to a person who isn't doing their job particularly well, you know, maybe you sense that they are rushing things and making mistakes. You know, that could be a difficult conversation to have. You've got to tell somebody that they're not performing in the way that you would like them to perform. So clearly that's a difficult thing to have. But if you explore that just a little bit and think about what is it that you want them to do, what you want them to do is to perform really well. What you want them to do is you want them to be successful. So just that simple mind switch alone starts you thinking, I'm having a positive conversation here. It might still be difficult, but actually it's a constructive, helpful thing that I'm doing. I'm about to give somebody some information that's going to help them to be successful in this role. And if we can explore that, which we do in the program, another stage deeper, then we can start to become really grounded in, as I said before, not just that we have the right to have the conversation, but it's the right conversation to be having, that we are supportive and we're helpful. And so by exploring any conversation that we need to have, by going down a few layers, peeling the onion a little bit, we will find that we are being either reasonable in our intention, or in the example I just gave, maybe even aligned to the intention of the other person, because I'm pretty sure that person will want to be successful in their role as well. Once we've got that, then we can start applying some of the structure and think about the ingredients that we will need to make that conversation even more successful.